Hello there, fellow NPCs. I am Carbon Scythe, and today we're playing a new game. We are going into Chasing Sunsets. I chose this game because it has been mentioned previously in my videos. Not only has it been mentioned in previous videos, or rather the comments, this lady right here, I would assume is Jace. I don't remember her name. But she is a minor character, a supporting role, a crossover reference in Leap of Faith, which is a game I played previously. So I thought that it should be fun to try and play this. Once I'm done with this, maybe I'll start Artemis, which is the third game. If there are more games that cross over into each other, I would love to see, love to know which ones. But we will take it as we come, as it goes, and all that. So now, let's find out what Chasing Sunsets is all about. Let's go. Display ear holes, the volume level for music has suddenly set to 50% on the first franchise. Okay, yeah, gotcha. All sexual situations in this game are depicted as occurring between adults of consenting age. This is a work of fiction, names and characters are entirely the produce of the author's imaginations. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. While the story is fictitious, it may derive certain elements and details from real-world historical events. The game contains mature themes and is targeted towards a mature audience. Yep, I am at least 18 years old. I'm fucking 32. So there we go. Glad to hear it. Welcome to Chasing Sunsets. You will play a male character in Chasing Sunsets. Yeah, I know that. There's a lot of... What would you like to name your character? Type custom name now or press enter to default to Alex. No, we're always going with Kurt. I'm good with Kurt. You've chosen the name Kurt for this playthrough. And welcome to Stone Fox Studios' first effort. Okay, that's cool. Creating an adult-themed visual novel. We wanted to create an experience in which the player enjoyed the story as much as the sex. It's our hope that we've captured that vision here. It's a brief overview of the game concept. If you played rampy-based visual novels before, the mechanics should feel familiar. The story begins with a prologue which takes place in the past. It's a good idea to pay attention here as it contains many clues which will add depth to the present day story beginning in chapter 1. Okay, thank you for telling me that. Because prologue choices were made in the story's past, they have the potential to alter important facts in the present. We have prepared a brief primer which will explain the UI endpoints concept to new players. If nothing else, it's a good idea to view the settings menu so you know what user interface options are available. Just take into the game. I don't think it should be that difficult. I'm fucked in otherwise. So now let's go. The road not taken. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Oh, okay. That has made all the difference. Hallorian's Pub, Boston, present day. Okay. When it's just a black image like that, I want to go forward on its own. I should not have to press the button for it. Shaken of the fall chill, you enter the old brownstone. Ugh, it's cold. I should have grabbed a hoodie from the truck. You're greeted by a familiar craggy face. Hey pal, we're not open. Good, is that you? Hey Walter, long time no see. Well, since graduation, right? Yeah, 7 years, give or take. So you're 25. Feels longer. You would have been right before I bought the bar. I kinda like it. It's seen better days. I kinda like it. We haven't seen anything, but let's be nice. It's got character. Walter allows himself a brief, proud smile. Well, that's one word for it. This building has good bones, but the interior needs updating. I'll need to start turning a profit to even tackle the safety code violations. Nothing's that bad. It's the rent around here. We small fish are getting squeezed out. You nod sympathetically. Have you considered looking for investors? I've thought about it. But this is my dream. I don't need some not-so-silent partner calling the shots. So, how's business? Walter smiles ruefully. I run a New York rocket bar in a New England nationalist town. May not have been my best business decision, but if I rebranded now, my Rockets fans would riot. A generous pour buys a lot of goodwill in Boston. Pouring heavy also brings unwanted attention from the liquor board. That's why the door was open when you got here. We're closed until evening, but the inspector is due today. Is this a bad time? Of course it's not a bad time. You're practically family. At the mention of family, Walter's expression softens. Look, kid, Yeah. Thanks, Walter. The older man gestures to the bar stool directly in front of him. Sit down, damn it. It's quite a shock seeing you old enough to walk in here without James. That's a man who took parenthood seriously. Hell, it took me longer to name the wife I hear than it did to name my kids. An unfamiliar voice interjects from behind the kitchen door. He's not even kidding. The man agonized for weeks before finally picking pub Wi-Fi for you, for Christ's sake. Why not eyebrows for days? Yeah, keep slicing limes, Angelo. He was no help at all. Nice enough kid, but dumber than a box of hair. Walter pauses a moment before continuing. Step parenting is a tough gig. James used to tell me all the time how proud he was that you called him Dad. Walter slides a glass of brown liquor towards you across the bar. You both reflect a moment in silence before raising your glasses to drink. So, don't keep me suspense. Where have you been since graduation? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. If I had a nickel for every time I've heard of that. I am a bartender, you know. His story, I bet, would shock even you. You savor the smokiness of your drink, relishing its pleasant burn. What are we drinking? That is an 18-year-old Balvinor single malt. I get it at a cost for about $700 per bottle. I'll save it for special occasions. And for upselling to high rollers to pay for the whole bottle after 2 shots. Ooh, which am I? Today, that depends on you. Depends on me how? Depends on whether your story behind the disappearing act surprises me or not. Well? He gazed at Walter thoughtfully for a moment. Let me take a quick look here. So he wears different clothes than in the whatever it's called, the icon. Okay, yeah, no, he's wearing the same clothes. Okay, good. I'm just being stupid. You gaze at Walter thoughtfully for a moment. How long do we have before you open? About 3 hours, plenty of time. And the liquor inspector? Angelo, I have company here. Double time today if you can handle the inspector and prep for opening solo. You got it, boss. Seems my day has opened up. One of the perks of being the boss. I really don't know how long I have, though. Hopefully I don't get cut short. Family commitments. You understand. Walter's eyes suddenly narrow suspiciously. Now wait just a damn minute. Where is that crazy sister of yours? Does she know you're here? I really don't need that kind of trouble today, Kurt. You gulp your scotch to hide your amusement. I wouldn't rule out the possibility. Walter looks at you at a loss for words. Promise me that if she walks through these doors, you'll leave. And I mean leave peacefully. We'll settle up on this wager later. I will not have another dust-up like your graduation party in my place of business. I promise, no dust-ups or relax, Walter, we're all adults here. So Walter obviously knows that shit is something bad is happening between me and my sister. So no dust-ups. Oh right, I did ask for that I would get points, but maybe it's too early for those points if I hover here. So we'll see that later on. No, I promise no dust-ups. I'm gonna hold you to that. Walter regains his composure as you chuckle at the memory that caused him to lose it. So, do you want to hear about this or not? Sure, lay it on me. But since we're on the subject, what is it with you two anyway? For the life of me, I can't understand how your kids couldn't get along. Well, I'm not proud of it. It's not like we were always fighting. We just sort of started small, and then got out of hand. It also connected to where I've been for the past few years. It's a good place to start as any. My sister and I were pretty close in the beginning. Love is the foundation anger like this gets built on. You don't say. The opposite of love isn't hate, Walter. It's apathy. The opposite of love isn't hate, it's apathy. I like that. The kind of resentment takes effort to sustain. Walter snorts. Do you think you're a bit young to be spouting relationship philosophy? Walter looks poised to continue, but thinks better of it. My sister and I were born on the exact same day, you know. I knew you shared a birthday. But same year too? Figure the odds. So they're twins? I'm older by about 6 hours, but yeah. Exact same day. 6 hours, okay. I've heard that pregnancies are a bit can be last for 20 pregnancies. What's it called? Deliveries? Birthing, can last up to 24 hours in some cases. But still, it kind of felt like we were twins too. Oh yeah, and also I have seen the beginning of this on YouTube already, so I know that they're not blood related. Jay started calling me bro even before Mom and James got married. She was that sure we were going to be a family. The birthday coincidence is what brought our parents together to begin with. Mom was working downtown for a pharmaceutical company. I remember not seeing a lot of her those days. Prager Pharmaceuticals, Boston, 16 years ago. Prager. Sarah Forrester was reviewing test results when she heard voices nearby. Something in these effectiveness metrics isn't adding up. I need to look into the double-blind numbers again. The voices grew louder as their owners approached. I'll need to wrap up around 2 o'clock. It's my daughter's birthday today. Hearing those words, Sarah's heart sank. Oh shit. Shit. I've been so focused on work I forgot my son's birthday. As the nearby conversation ended, one of the men turned to leave. The other continued in her direction. Good morning, James Campbell. Sales and marketing. I feel like I've heard that name before. Yeah, sure, her name would be Jay Campbell, I guess. But I somehow feel like I've heard that name somewhere else in one of the AVNs I played. I could be wrong though. Is this desk free today? I don't see any personal belongings. I just need a temporary place to work this morning. Nothing personal at her desk either. So, visitor or workaholic? You may be in luck. I think that was Samantha's desk. I hear she relocated to the Seattle office last month. I'm just visiting myself today. I have an office in the Curie building. She's got kind of a chilly beauty. Let's see if we can break the ice a little. Do you mind if I settle in here for a bit? I'll be as quiet as a church mouse. You won't even know I'm here. James flashes his most disarming smile. Sales and marketing. I can always tell. Irritatingly smooth. Charm for days. By all means. Sarah smiles cordially. Make yourself comfortable. I'll be busy though. You reminded me of something I forgot to do. Thank you, Miss Sarah. Sarah Forrester, R&D. Wait, Dr. Sarah Forrester? In spite of herself, Sarah blushed a little hearing him use her title. The same Dr. Forrester who led the Pregnia project. Your name is on like a third of Price of Profitable Patents. Wait, your name is on like a third of Pricer's Profitable Patents. Is that a pun on Pfizer? That was my team, yes. James' enthusiasm was palpable. A little built my reputation at Pricer selling your work. Marketing does pay bonus and commissions, you know. He almost seemed starstruck. Sarah felt both flattered and embarrassed at his intensity. I can't take all of the credit. We all worked very hard. Really, Sarah? When did I get humble? Of course. After an awkward pause, James pulled himself together. Here I promised to be quiet and I'm going all group on you. I'll let you get back to what you were doing. James pulled the laptop out of his briefcase and powered it up. He's handsome and he hasn't tripped my player alarm yet. Might have to ask around and find out more about him. Later though. I have to focus right now if I'm going to come through for Kurt tonight. She searched the web for nearby bakeries and card shops. Ooh, what card game am I playing? Oh, a birthday card. I thought we were talking about TCGs. Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, you name it. Oh, love that shit. I've already picked up a gift for Kurt. All I need now is a cake and a card. After a few calls, she was able to order a cake from Jen & Berry's shop near home. One job down, one to go. I might be out of luck on the card though. Maybe James knows where I can get one near the office. Sarah startled slightly when she looked up to find James staring back at her. I overheard you tell that other gentleman that today is your daughter's birthday. Yes, she's turning 8. Wait, what? Your daughter is 8? My son turns 8 today too. James rolled his chair over to where Sarah was sitting, fumbling with his phone. This is Jay. She's my whole world. She's so beautiful. But your wife might have something to say about her being your whole world. Jesus, why did I say that? James' grin faded, and his eyes turned grim. Oh no. I can see I shouldn't have said that. I'm so sorry. Breast cancer. Jay was only 2 at the time. Sarah politely gave James a few moments to collect himself, feeling awful. It's why I came to Pricer, really. Being part of a company working on a cure. I might not have a scientist's brain, but I wanted to work with people who do. That is something I can relate to, not in a medicine kind of way, But I would like to be working for a company that is doing something that I like, even if I can't influence that product or service myself. Just being a part of that company would be cool, even if I'm just a cleaner, the janitor of the place. I would still feel that is, if I were at the right place, I would still be very proud about it. People like you. You know, we had trouble conceiving. My daughter was only possible because of pregnia. We were a clinical trial. Sarah blushed in spite of herself, which means that the medicine caused the breast cancer. We know that, just because of context clues. I guess the irony is that cancer research was my passion. Yet I ended up in fertility, go figure. Though I won't be winning any Mother of the Year awards, I totally forgot it was my son's birthday today, until I overheard you talking about your daughters to that gentleman. Don't beat yourself up too badly. Jay only reminded me this morning as well. Sarah felt tears coming out of nowhere, but choked them back. Work just seems to be where I find clarity. But at what cost? It's always Kurt who pays for it. Yes, there's just no class for combining moms and world-class researchers into super parents. There's just no class for combining, okay. Is class a typical word for expressing a type of person? I know class is the word used to express different jobs, if you will, in D&D, but does it apply to normal works too? I don't know. Or am I misunderstanding something? Or single dads and marketing executives, apparently. We just have to do our best to figure things out as we go. I had to stop and get her card and gift on my way into the office. Well, isn't that exactly what we were looking for? Sarah Brightend! That's exactly what I wanted to ask you about. I have everything else covered, but I was hoping to grab a card on my way home. Can I ask where you got yours? I'm afraid it won't help much. There's a newsstand near my apartment in Foxborough. James displayed a cute card with a sailboat on it. They didn't have anything more feminine. Damn it! Maybe I can just whip one up on the printer. Kurt is still too young to know the difference. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Why not just make an amazing card on your computer? Well, thanks anyway, James. I hope your daughter has a wonderful birthday. I'd better get going if I'm going to pull a rabbit out of my hat. James smiled reassuringly before returning to his desk. For what it's worth, I think you're underestimating Kurt. Kids are resilient. They survive their flawed parents every day. Maybe if... I just had a thought, Dr. Forrester. Sarah, please. Sarah, then. A sailboat seems a bit more like a boy's card anyway, right? Oh yes, Kurt loves them. I probably would have picked something similar. Well, I could be persuaded to give you this one. Here it comes. Shall we discuss the terms over a cup of coffee? Mr. Campbell. James. Yes, James. How could I sleep at night knowing I messed up your plans for Jay's birthday? James thought he heard a flirty note creep into her voice. How about that? I passed the same stand on my way home. I could just pick up another card. What might my husband think if I were to get a coffee with a man from the office? I'd say our kids being born on the same day gives us a lot to discuss over a latte. It's just coffee. I think Mr. Forrester would understand that. At least he is very confident in himself. He's not backing down and saying, "Oh no, I'm so sorry." It's like, hey, our kids share the birthday. We got stuff to talk about. It's fine. But if it makes you uncomfortable, I'll just give the card to you and wish Kurt a happy birthday. It's not a date. Why do I suddenly feel so excited? Sarah's voice became unmistakably playful. In that case, if there was a Mr. Forrester, I don't think you would have a problem with it at all. I'd love to have a coffee with you, James. She's definitely flirting with me. What are we waiting for? After you, Sarah. Deja Brew Coffee, Boston, 16 years ago. The coffee shop was conveniently located outside the Pricer's office at street level. James and Sarah ordered their beverages and made their way to an open table. How many unsuspecting ladies have you lured into a date with that card trick? So far, just one. I'm adding it to my playbook though. So that briefcase isn't loaded with greeting cards. In all honesty, it's mostly full of paperbacks for reading on business trips. It was very kind of you to offer to help me out. Would you have come otherwise? If I'm being honest, that's not an easy question to answer. How about this? I wanted to come with you whether you gave me the card or not. But the card probably also got you close enough to ask. I can live with that. James pulled out the card and slid it across the table to Sarah. This will be a fun therapy topic next week. Attracted to the first man who shows me any attention in 4 years. Sarah's playful tone suddenly became more serious. I've known you for a bit over an hour and you've already helped me out 3 times. Today has been full of surprises. 3 times? Just gave you a birthday card. I just gave you a birthday card. First you reminded me it was my son's birthday. That was an accident. Does not matter, boy. Shut up. Next you bailed me out with your kind birthday card offer. Then you got me away from that desk. Something tells me Sarah doesn't open up easily. Better play it safe. A toast then. 2 unexpected friends. In sales, kindness is transactional. It's nice to do something nice for once with no strings attached. Even by accident. So the moral of the story is that marketing people only do good deeds accidentally. Something like that. But I won't complain about how this one played out. No ulterior motive at all, huh? A few minutes passed quietly, both lost in thought. If there was a Mr. Forrester, how would you feel about us having coffee now? Fortunately for you, there isn't. Because if there was, you wouldn't like where this is going. Oh! That is... She's laying it on thick. Oh, and where is this going? I guess we'd have to see each other again to answer that. But so far, you're checking all of the right boxes. Well, that's just happened. I asked him out like an eager schoolgirl. Time to see my stylist. She'll know just what to do with my hair. 4 years here and I only meet someone interesting on the day I decide to quit. So you've been single for 4 years too, okay. You guys are too similar. Is that poor writing, or does it mean that they have a tragic future ahead of them? And not tragic, but a what's it called? Fate brought them together. Sarah, I know it's pretty early to be having personal conversations, but now I find myself in a bit of a pickle. I'd definitely go with a cinnamon scone over the vanilla bean. No, not that. You see, I can't be getting picked up by just any world-class research scientist. That needs certain assurances. Oh, really? So you're saying it's me who needs to sweeten the deal? What kind of assurances did you have in mind? As a single parent, you know of the rules go out the window when it comes to dating. Anyone you meet has to be compatible not only with you, but your kids. Honestly, I just never bothered trying. What man in his right mind would be interested in a workaholic single mom? This is only the second time I've so much as had coffee with a woman since my wife passed. That wasn't a client anyway. Still got me beat. I've been buried in my research with no time for distractions. James leaned forward earnestly, looking Sarah directly in the eyes. I'm going to be open with you. Today was pretty eventful for me, even before I met you. Oh? How so? I was scheduled to fly out to Los Angeles tonight for a symposium. Where is he going with this? I stopped by James' room to kiss her goodbye, but she just rolled away from me. When I asked her what was wrong, she told me she was sad that I was leaving on her birthday. Oh no! I guess I should be grateful she doesn't know I'd completely forgotten it. Can you imagine how I'd felt if I had remembered after I landed? You don't need to take an airplane to let down a child who is counting on you. Case in point. I decided then and there that I had to do better as a dad. James, I empathize with all of this, but what does this have to do with us having a night out? Everything. What I'm trying to say is that this morning was pivotal for me. I canceled my trip to LA and I set up a meeting with my boss tomorrow. I plan to resign. Resign? Can't you just take some time off? Maybe take a role with less travel? I could, but I don't want to. I want to be there for all of Ye's big days from now on. Thanks to your research, I have enough bank to start my own business. You freely decided all of this just this morning. How can that be so easy for you? My whole life revolves around my work. That's exactly the problem. For you, for me, especially for Ye and Kurt. I envy your resolve. But I couldn't just leave my work behind like that. As she said the words, she could hear the lie in them. Work has always been how I cope with loneliness and unhappiness. I totally understand that feeling. I just realized there is no reward after my next sale worth how I felt this morning. The company counts on me. They need me here. How long do you think it would take for them to replace you if you got hit by a bus? That's right. A week, a month at most. Look, I'm not suggesting you should choose the path I did. I'm just reminding you that Kurt will only be this age once. After all, we only got one shot at being the parents our kids deserve. Images and feelings rushed through her like an icy river. She relived the shame from that morning when she realized she'd forgotten her son's birthday. Her heart sank as she tried to recall the last time she'd had a Saturday breakfast with him. She acknowledged the affection growing between Kurt and his nanny in her constant absence. For the first time since her divorce, she saw the emptiness at the heart of her ambition. I don't know. The important thing is now you've asked yourself the question. The playful mood evaporated, and they sipped their drinks in the silence without tasting them. How did my priorities get so fucked up? I let my marriage die. The divorce was my fault. James, I'll pick you up next Saturday at 7 p.m. What? Not tomorrow. Next Saturday. After that conversation, you think a date's still on the table? Besides, I thought you needed assurances. You're giving them. Still, I pretty have a note to plan a dinner around. Well, I figured it's now or never, with me resigning and all. After all, what if I never saw you again? Let's make a point of you seeing me at least one more time. I like that. But now I should get home. Give my best to Kurt and wish him a happy birthday from Jay and I. Thank you. I left my card in that envelope. Hopefully, I'll hear from you later. And if you don't call, it was a pleasure meeting you, Dr. Forrester. Sarah. I also need to be getting home, James. 4 times. What does that mean? 4 times. Huh? Oh, you helped me out 4 times today. Overachiever. Do you ever quit? I guess we'll have to see each other again to find out. Sarah was already walking towards the door. I just got kissed by Sarah fucking Forrester. What the... Bzzzt. See you Saturday. God damn. O'Halloran's Pub. Halloran Pub in Boston, present day. I remember that. Your dad and I went golfing the next day. But that is actually where I will be cutting off for today's episode. It is the first one, so we have a lot more to go through in the future. It's interesting that this game has such a long past to go through. It's one thing if it was last year or 2 years ago, but this is 16 years ago when we were still kids. We're looking forward to see where this is going. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And remember, just because you're not the main character, it does not mean you're not important. Goodbye, everyone.